Hey there, I'm Lila. When planning a trip to Japan, one of the first things that probably comes to mind is, when is the best time to visit? But let's be real, not everyone has the luxury of choosing the perfect season. Maybe you can only travel after a big project wraps up, or during your kids' summer break. Changing your schedule isn't always that easy, right? No worries. The good news is that Japan is a country you can enjoy in any season. In this video, I'll share tips on how to make the most of your visit, no matter when you come. Stick around until the end. Japan is an island nation surrounded by the sea, stretching over 3,000 kilometers from north to south. That's why the climate varies a lot, from Hokkaido in the north, which has a subarctic climate, to Okinawa in the south, which is subtropical. Even the arrival of spring differs across regions. For example, cherry blossoms bloom around March 20th in the south, but in northern Hokkaido, they don't bloom until May 5th. That's a 6-week difference. So why not use the seasonal gap to your advantage and enjoy Japan in a unique way? In this video, I'll walk you through fun events and travel tips for every month, from January to December. But first, let's take a quick look at the temperature, rainfall, and sunshine hours throughout the year. So, when are you planning to visit Japan? When it comes to average monthly high temperatures, Tokyo and Kyoto are pretty similar. But in August, both cities tend to get even hotter than subtropical Okinawa. And get this, even in summer, Hokkaido stays comfortably cool, while Okinawa enjoys mild weather during winter. Now, about the rainy season. From June through mid-July, you'll notice way fewer hours of sunshine compared to other months. In fact, during the rainy season, it rains more than half the days in a month. On the flip side, winter in Tokyo and Kyoto is super dry. So, you can expect clear skies and plenty of sunshine. Are you dreaming of cherry blossoms in spring, lively festivals in summer, or magical snowy landscapes in winter? Let me know in the comments. January. The biggest event in January is New Year's. From January 1st to 3rd, many people visit shrines and temples for Hatsumoda, the first prayer of the year. In Japan, New Year's is like Christmas for Christians. It's a time for families to gather and celebrate. Traditionally, families enjoy special New Year's food called oschi. In the past, many stores and restaurants stayed open during New Year's, but these days, more businesses close so that employees can enjoy the holiday. Things return to normal after January 4th, and with fewer tourists around, it's a great time to travel if you don't mind the cold. The clear winter air also makes it easier to see Mount Fuji from places like Shibuya Sky. January 12th is Seijin Nohei, Coming of Age Day, a celebration for people turning 20. You'll see many young women wearing beautiful furisoda, long-sleeved kimonos, walking around town. For winter sports lovers, the Pacific side of Japan is sunny and dry, while the northern areas like Hokkaido and Tohoku get powder snow, making it the best time for skiing and snowboarding. February. February's weather is similar to January, cold but great for peaceful sightseeing. However, if your trip overlaps with Chinese New Year, expect bigger crowds. Chinese New Year follows the lunar calendar, so many people from China and other Asian countries take long holidays and travel. Prices for hotels and flights tend to go up during this time. For example, in 2025, Lunar New Year falls from January 29th to February 4th, and in 2026, it'll be from February 16th to 26th. If you visit Japan during this period, you'll notice that many hotels decorate for Lunar New Year. It's not very Japanese, but it's fun to see how businesses adapt to different cultures. February 3rd is Seitsuban, a festival where people throw roasted soybeans to drive away evil spirits and bring in good fortune. Some shrines hold public bean-throwing events where you can try catching the beans for good luck. Another popular tradition is eating ihomaki, a thick sushi roll that you eat in silence while facing the lucky direction of the year. If a whole roll is too much, don't worry, they sell half sizes too. Since February is the coldest month, it's also peak ski season. In Hokkaido, foreign visitors make up half of all skiers. Resorts there are well prepared with English and Chinese-speaking staff, so even first-time visitors can feel comfortable. If you love stunning winter landscapes, this is also the best time to visit Shirakawa-go, see the snow monsters in Zao, or experience the drift ice in Hokkaido. And of course, February is when the famous Sapporo Snow Festival takes place. March. By March, spring is in the air, at least in the southern half of Japan. Plum blossoms start blooming, and by the end of the month, cherry blossoms start to appear. In 2025, Tokyo's cherry blossom forecast predicts blooming around March 24th. Since late March is spring break in Japan, domestic travelers increase, so be prepared for busier trains and attractions. March 3rd is Hinamatsuri, Doll Festival, a day to pray for the healthy growth of girls. Families display traditional Hina dolls, and you might see these dolls set up in shops or public spaces. While big, multi-tiered displays used to be common, modern homes often just display a pair of dolls due to space limitations. Some temples and museums showcase elaborate collections of Hina dolls, like in Katsuyura. April. April marks the start of Japan's new academic and business year. So many Japanese people are busy with school enrollments, job transfers, and company orientations. That means fewer domestic travelers, perfect for foreign visitors. April offers some of the best weather of the year, pleasant temperatures, stable conditions, and, of course, cherry blossoms in full bloom across most of Japan. But keep in mind, cherry blossom timing varies by location. If you miss them in one place, you can always chase the blooms by heading north. Popular cherry blossom spots can get super crowded, so if you want a peaceful experience, take a walk and find your own quiet cherry blossom spot. May. May is another great travel month, comfortable temperatures around 20 degrees Celsius, beautiful fresh greenery, and generally stable weather. However, Golden Week, April 29th to May 6th in 2025, is a major holiday period and domestic travel peaks during this time. If you're visiting then, book your hotels and transportation early. May 5th is Children's Day, when people display koinobori, carp streamers, to wish for children's health and happiness. In the countryside, you'll see huge koinobori swimming in the air over houses and rivers. If you want fewer crowds and lower prices, I highly recommend traveling right after Golden Week, from May 6th onward. The fresh green landscapes are stunning, and it's the best time to see azaleas in full bloom. June. June is all about the rainy season, so expect plenty of cloudy and rainy days, which means not only rain but also shorter daylight hours that can make days feel a bit gloomy. However, Hokkaido escapes much of the rain, and its weather stays pretty comfortable. In Okinawa, the rainy season runs from early May to late June. But here's the silver lining. Rain makes hydrangeas look absolutely gorgeous. If you're near Tokyo, check out the famous hydrangea temple in Kamakura, or head to Hazidera in Nara if you're in the Kansai area. The sight of rain-soaked hydrangeas is truly breathtaking. Also, temples known as kokidera, moss temples, are said to be at their most beautiful during the rainy season. The moss becomes super lush and vibrant after a good rain, creating an especially serene atmosphere. June is generally a quiet month with few holidays or events, and you can often find better deals on flights and hotels. July. Once the rainy season ends around mid-July, temperatures and humidity start to soar, making it extremely hot and muggy. Japanese summers aren't just humid, they're also harshly sunny. So, not only should you protect your eyes with a pair of sunglasses, but it's also a great idea to grab a lightweight, UV-cut umbrella. The difference in comfort is night and day. I've dropped a link to my favorite foldable umbrella on Amazon, which is light and cuts out UV rays perfectly. Okinawa kicks off its beach season from July through September, making it the ideal time for a seaside getaway. Plus, early summer through early September is also the season for climbing Mount Fuji. Note that starting this year, both the Shizuoka and Yamanashi routes now require an entrance fee of 4,000 yen. Fun fact, less than 20% of Japanese have actually climbed Mount Fuji. The mountain's rugged lava rock slopes, no tree, and thin air make for a challenging climb. So if you're on a short trip, I recommend admiring Fuji from afar rather than climbing it. August. August is the hottest and most humid month in Japan, making sightseeing a bit challenging. City summers are scorching, and even when the sun goes down, the temperature hardly drops, which can really drain your energy. If you want to dodge that heat, consider heading to cooler places like Hokkaido or Mount Resort like Nagano. But if you're set on exploring Tokyo or Kyoto's attractions, don't just rely on a parasol. Try using a cool neck wrap too. It might not keep you ice cold all day, but it's super effective. A portable fan is also a lifesaver. You can even pick one up for around 300 to 500 yen at stores like Daiso. These little gadgets can make a huge difference when it comes to beating the heat. Besides of the heat, summer has its own special charm. Across Japan, you'll find fireworks festivals and summer festivals happening everywhere. Fireworks shows are usually held along rivers at night, making them a bit more bearable in the heat. And if you're visiting Tokyo, the Adagawa Fireworks Festival is one of the biggest, most famous ones. And if you're in Kansai, the Adagawa Fireworks Festival in Osaka is another must-see. At these festivals, you can enjoy all sorts of Japanese street food, yakisoba, takoyaki, shaved ice, and more. Many people wear yukata, a casual summer kimono, which adds to the festive atmosphere. If you're up for it, you can even rent one for the day. Mid-August brings Obon, one of Japan's traditional holidays, when many people return to their hometowns to visit family graves. In 2025, most companies observe Obon from August 13th to 17th, and some even take a break from August 9th to 17th, so expect hotels and public transportation to be extremely crowded during this period. If you've been through a Japanese August, tell me all about it. What made it special or surprising? Let's chat in the comments. September. September marks the transition from summer to autumn. The heat starts to ease up, especially in the second half of the month, making travel more comfortable. But keep in mind, this is also typhoon season. While typhoons don't hit Japan every day, they can bring heavy rain and strong winds when they do. If you're traveling in September, it's good to have a flexible schedule just in case. Also, late September is when the first hints of autumn start appearing, especially in the mountains. If you're into hiking, places like Nagano and the Japan Alps are great for an early taste of fall foliage. October. Now we're talking. October is one of the best months to visit Japan. The weather is mild, with comfortable temperatures and mostly clear skies. The typhoon season is winding down, and the autumn leaves start changing in the northern areas like Hokkaido. One of the biggest events in October is Halloween. While Halloween wasn't a big deal in Japan in the past, it has exploded in popularity, especially in places like Shibuya and Osaka's Dotonbori. Just keep in mind that the crowd control measures have been getting stricter, so check the latest rules if you're planning to join. For something more traditional, Kyoto hosts Jidai Matsuri, Festival of the Ages, on October 22nd. It features a huge parade with people dressed in historical costumes, showcasing different periods of Japanese history. If you love autumn foliage, late October is when the colors start appearing in places like Nikko, Kamakouchi, and the higher elevations of Kyoto. November. November, another top-tier month for traveling in Japan. The weather is crisp, but not too cold, and the autumn leaves are in full swing. Kyoto, Nara, and Tokyo's parks are all bursting with beautiful red and yellow foliage. Some of the most famous spots include Arashiyama in Kyoto, Rikujien in Tokyo, and Miyajima in Hiroshima. Later in the month, on November 15th, there's Shochi Go-san, a festival for children aged 3, 5, and 7. Families take their little ones, all dressed up in adorable kimono, to shrines to pray for their health and happiness. If you're near Meiji Shrine or another major shrine, you might see this tradition in action. If you're visiting Tokyo Disneyland or Universal Studios Japan in Osaka, November is a great time because Christmas decorations start going up. The parks feel festive, but the crowds are still manageable compared to December. December. And just like that, we're at the last month of the year. December in Japan is magical, with winter illuminations lighting up cities everywhere. Some of the best ones are in Tokyo Midtown, Osaka's Midasuji, and Kobe's Luminary Festival. These sparkling light displays create a dreamy atmosphere, perfect for getting into the holiday spirit. While Christmas isn't a national holiday in Japan, it's still widely celebrated, just in a different way. It's more of a romantic holiday, similar to Valentine's Day in the West. Many couples go on dates, and a traditional Christmas meal in Japan? Believe it or not, it's KFC. Yes, thanks to a successful marketing campaign decades ago, eating fried chicken on Christmas has become a national tradition. December 31st, or New Year's Eve, Omisoka, is one of the most important days in Japan. Unlike the wild countdown parties in other countries, most Japanese people spend it at home with their families, eating soba noodles for good luck and watching TV specials. Some people visit temples for Joya no Kani, a ritual where a large temple bell is rung 108 times to cleanse away the past year's worries. If you want a peaceful and meaningful way to ring in the new year, visiting a temple is a great option. Final thoughts. So, no matter when you visit Japan, there's always something fun and unique to experience. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Japan travel tips. See you in the next one.